Hey guys, how's it going? Today I want to speak about the subject of what social stigma in our society do we need to get over with. What do I mean by that? First of all, we need to understand what is social stigma. Well, basically, it's something that we as a society frown upon, an unacceptance of maybe a gender, a race, mental illness, mental disorder. It's basically anybody who is within our society not exactly accepted because he does not conform or she does not conform to something that is considered normal. So first of all, what is normal? Well, normal is someone who is, at least in our society, and I'm not saying this is what normal is, but what we've looked upon as normal in our society for many, many centuries was heterosexual male, female, have a 9-to-5 job or just a regular job that you're contributing to society. You have kids, 2.4 children, how they say, wife stays at home, husband works, and even in a farm, it would have been the same thing because the husband is working in the farm, the wife, she's doing other tasks. She might be milking cows and stuff like that, but mostly she's going to be cooking, raising the kids. So that's our social stigma, what we've accepted for centuries. Now, through centuries, what's great is that our social stigmas have changed. We've started accepting more and more people who are different. People are becoming less and less racists, so they're able to, accept people from different cultures, people who have different color of skin, different thoughts. Stigma, too, for a very long time, and even up to today's date, is a lot based on religion and what religion we believe in, what religion is the biggest religion in the society that you're living in. So it's very complicated because we have so many social stigmas that it's really hard to get over a lot of them. For me, one that's very, very big and that is really a problem is the fact that we tend to, for some reason, love people who are dumb. Sounds silly, right? But really think about it in our society. Who are the people who are bullied in schools? Who are the people who are kind of frowned upon? It's been, for a very long time, nerds. People who are intellectual. Because I think what happens is that there's a sort of misunderstanding. So in our society, a lot of stigmas happen because we don't understand those societies, or we don't understand a way of thinking, and because of that, fear happens in our brain, and from fear, there's hate, because those emotions are very close to each other. And that's the problem, because, okay, let's go back to the subject of an intellectual person, a nerd. And it's not because somebody is a nerd that necessarily they're smarter. It's just that they have interests that are usually very specific to a certain category of things that are maybe less liked upon in our society. And because of that, it's always correlated with people who are intelligent and stuff like that. But it's again from a misunderstanding, not understanding, whereas people who are jocks, people who are some way silly in their way of thinking, that are not as well educated, get praised. They get the scholarships for school because they can play sports very well. But also, it also goes further because if you really think about it from a business perspective, what is entertaining? People who do dumb stuff. That's entertaining. So if you speak your mind, if you do dumb things, if you know how to play sport well, it's entertaining. It's something that you can watch, you can laugh, you can cheer for a team, and it also brings in money, because whatever is entertaining brings in money. But at the same time, if there wasn't intellect, people who are nerds in some way, that maybe might not have the best social skills, but that are obsessed with a specific subject, then maybe we wouldn't be able to have broadcast television, or we wouldn't be able to have the people behind those entertainers, or people behind those people who are more like jocks, that actually write their speeches, or that actually help them make those right decisions. So this is one stigma. Now there's other stigmas obviously in our society, which is obviously based on people with maybe mental illnesses. You know, you can have Down syndrome, or you can have many other kinds of disorders, such as autism, for example. And the thing is, I think we often frown upon these things. We stay away from them because we don't understand it. But then at the same time, they're human beings. And a lot of the times, for example, the people who are autistic, they actually have maybe a lack of skill in some of the social skills, but then they're super intelligent in other ways. They're able to understand certain things, and they're so specific about certain subjects that they're just great at them. And it also goes with people with Down syndrome. A lot of times we just think, oh, they're just people with a lesser IQ, or they just look different. But if you really look at a lot of them, there's documentaries and videos and articles and stuff like that, and when you get to know them, they're people just like us. They have feelings. They are actually pretty intelligent, and they are even able sometimes to create their own businesses. They are functional people within our society, and it just goes the same way with autism, with Down syndrome. It depends on the functionality that you have, but then you can look at people who are not considered with these medical conditions because you can't perceive it on the outside, but there's people who are functional within our society, and there's people who are dysfunctional within it too. They might be as alcoholics, they might be drug addicts, they might be people who have PTSD, or they have some sort of medical condition, but because they don't fit within those criteria, we kind of say, oh, they're just normal people, and we accept them a little bit more. But then that's why we have also a lot of homeless people, because there's not enough help that comes for those people. And that's where everything gets a little bit complicated. But at the same time, we need to understand that social stigmas are a lot of times things from the past, from a time when we didn't have as much education. Same with people who were racist, people that didn't accept, for example, also people who were different, such as gays, lesbians, transgenders, all that stuff. And people now, I think, are opening up more and more and understanding that in some way we are all different, and we sometimes are lucky in some way where we fit in this mold a little bit better than other people, and then because of that we have more acceptance. But because people are very quick to make judgments on other people, then what it causes is basically problems where there shouldn't be problems. It causes wars. It causes just a lot of problems. Okay, well, that's it. That's all I have to say on the subject. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.